First of all, I need to welcome everybody to today's live stream. We are a little bit different today. We are on Zoom, which I am not nearly as comfortable with as the software that I use every week. But I wanted to do Zoom because we have a special guest host. Corey Jankowski is here. She is the creator of our cleanup course. And so we didn't even plan this. So we planned out the year. We planned out the year for, my team did plan out the year for the live streams. And we said, oh, wouldn't it be great on the 5th Friday of every month, we'll have Corey come on and do an exercise about cleanup. And I talked to Corey. She's like, yep, great. And I did not even put it together that this would be the day after our enormous bookkeeping accelerator launch last night. And I thought, wow, how wonderful, how wonderful that the timing worked out, because I am so stinking tired. So I'm so glad to have Corey here to take some of the burden today. But let me go ahead and get started. My name is Margie Remmers-Davis. I am the founder and CEO of Acadian Accounting Education. And this is our weekly live stream that we hold every Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, inside of our free Facebook group. If you're joining us here live, you're already in the locker room, but I always have to do this little intro for the people that watch the replay later on YouTube. If you're watching us on YouTube, come join the party. Come join the party. This, our locker room is your spot for hands-on practice. Like, that's what we do. That is what we are all about. Hands-on practice for QuickBooks Online. When you join the locker room, you get a free QBO Quick Start course, which teaches you how to sign up for your accountant account. I should say that this locker room is specifically for people who are bookkeepers and accountants who work on the books of multiple clients. So you can get a free QBO accountant account that allows you to do that. That's different than the regular subscription that business owners get. So in our QBO Quick Start course, we teach you how to do that. We teach you how to sign up for it, get it, like how it works. We teach you how to navigate terminology, workflows, and of course, hands-on practice, actually using it, because that's what we're all about. Also, as a member of the locker room, you get access to over 100 free exercises. So in addition to the ones that are in the Quick Start course, people are always asking me where they are. They were emailed to you. Your Quick Start course was actually emailed to you when you join the locker room. So if you cannot find it, if you don't know how to access your free course, send us an email, support@acadian.com. That's AKADIAN. And we'll take a look. It happens all the time. People like type the wrong email address, or it goes to spam or junk or like whatever. So we'll send you your Quick Start course. There is also information there about how to find the exercises. They're in this group. If you go to the featured section, then you switch over to, or if you go to the featured section, there is a post here that says, welcome to the locker room. And this is where you have the link to all of the exercises. Also, as a member of the locker room, you get a free exercise of the week, which is what we are here to talk about. So the free exercise of the week is actually part of our subscription product, which is called the QBO Gym. Oh, wow, you can't really see that, can you? Okay, there you go. The QBO Gym, everything I've talked about before, free. Now we're getting into our paid subscription product. If you are, if you have ever said to yourself, I wish that I could be an intern as a bookkeeper. I wish that I could just shadow somebody. If you have said to yourself, I don't know how to get a job when I don't have experience, because everyone wants experience, right? So the QBO gym is a it is a simulated work environment. You get to actually be a bookkeeper for an entire year for Craig, our fictitious business owner, in this immersive experience. And you get to actually do the books for all throughout the year. All sorts of things happen to Craig. You have to know how to record them. You're learning QBO at a very deep level along the way. It takes you about 42 real-time hours to get through a whole year of experience. And at the end, we give you a certificate that says you have a year of experience. You can then move on to year 2 and get even more experience and then get another certificate at the end. So that is the subscription product, and you should have, I'm so confused with Zoom. I don't know how Zoom works, but I don't know what happened to the chat. I can't see the chat. I don't know how everything's working, but hopefully, okay. Oh, there's the chat. Okay. All right. So Joel has put in the, okay. Joel has put in, somebody's still in jammies. Somebody has, or Joel has put in the chat, a link to, I see the link to the 5-day trial. You can get a 5-day trial of the gym if you want. We call it the gym challenge, and you get a month of, so you get to try it for a month. You do a month's worth in 5 days. And so you can try that, or you can, at the end of the 5 days, then you have an opportunity to join the gym, for a discount. So, so you may want to do that. So the gym is everything you do in the gym is connected to Booksmatch. So Booksmatch is our proprietary dashboard. Everybody that has an Acadian course has a Booksmatch dashboard. That's how you access your courses. But also, if you are a member of the gym, if you're an active member of the gym, then we actually track all of your statistics. So you can actually see how well you're doing. We track all of these skill groups. You can see how you compare to everybody else in the pool, and you can actually share your statistics. We built it to show you guys off, guys. We built it to show you off. So, so everything that you do in the gym is set up there so you can share how you're doing, and we track. I'm so tired, guys. Like, those of you who've been around for a while know that, like, I do this every week, but today I'm so tired, like I can't even focus and function. It doesn't it also doesn't help that I'm disoriented because because it's Zoom and it doesn't look the way it normally looks for me. Anyway, so that is Booksmatch. So one of the things we have in Booksmatch is we have a consistency rating. Lindsay, we have a consistency rating because so this was developed in conjunction with a recruiter. And one of the things that she said to us was that her biggest frustration was reaching out to people who already had jobs or who weren't taking new clients. And so she wanted us to have like a weekly check-in so that you would just say, yes, I'm still looking. Yes, I'm still looking. Yes, I'm still looking. We thought that that was a little excessive. And so we said, okay, well, every 2 weeks, and then you have to do it every 2 weeks. And then we said, and instead of just checking a box, we said, well, we're going to make you actually do an exercise. So that's why we developed the exercise of the week. The exercise of the week is a separate course inside. If you have the gym, Then once you earn 250 points, the whole gym is gamified, and if there's a little drawer down here, I'm an admin, so I have 0 points, but you can see how many points you have accumulated. Once that is 250, then you can then it unlocks the exercise of the week, and then you can follow along. So Corey is going to walk us through the exercise of the week. But Joel's going to put it in the chat, the link to today's exercise if you don't have the exercise of the week, if you're not subscribed to the gym. But you need to do the version that is in, you need to make sure if you are subscribed, you need to make sure that you do follow the link that's in here. This is our exercise today. We're going to learn about cleaning up opening balance equity accounts. So if you are in the gym, you have the exercise of the week, you want to make sure and click this link, because that's how you get your Booksmatch credit. The link that is in that's in the chat is not going to give you that same amount of credit. Okay. So, I don't know, Corey, I told Corey I probably wouldn't, because I talk so much. I told her she wasn't, oh, okay, good. I told her she wasn't going to be on until 11:30. So just one more quick thing. Those of you who are new, who don't know what was happening last night. So last night we launched our new course called the Bookkeeping Accelerator. And we have always taught just QuickBooks Online before, and we just had so much demand from the marketplace. Accounting firms they just wanted so badly you guys to know the nitty-gritty details of accounting and bookkeeping. And so we created this course. You can watch the replay here. Joel put the replay in last night. You got done with it already. Oh, I'm so glad people are loving it. Yay, yay, yay. So anyway, that's why I'm so tired. That's what was happening last that's what was happening last night. We do have like a special fast action bonus. We have we set up a special pricing for the first 500 students. And we have around 300. I forgot to check it right before the call, but when I first woke up this morning, it was 293. So yeah, you need to go. Oh, Corey says 334 now. Okay. So there's still time. There's still time if you want this super fast action. Joel's got it right there. If you need to if you don't know what I'm talking about, then make sure you watch the replay. It says it's 3 hours, but that's just because of the Q&A. Like the actual presentation is just an hour and a half. Oh, look at Sherry says it's so worth every penny. Some people signed up already. Awesome. And the important thing is that the cleanup course, which Corey teaches, is an advanced course. Like she expects you to know the basic things. She does not go backwards and say, okay, let me teach you how to click this button, and let me teach you what a debit and credit is, and all of that. She expects you to know all of these things. And we have said from the beginning that we highly recommend that you do not take the cleanup course until you are at least advanced. Used to be advanced certified. Now it's level 2 certified. She also teaches specifically QuickBooks Online. She's teaching QuickBooks Online tools is what she's teaching, in addition to, like the actual cleanup work and what the mistakes that people are having and making and all of that stuff. So we highly recommend, now that the accelerator, it's a really good intro. Like it gives you the foundation to then move into cleanup. So anyway, so if you are in cleanup and have been struggling because you realize that you bit off more than you could chew, then back up, go take the accelerator, come back to the cleanup. If you are ready, like if you already have a good solid foundation, then by all means jump into cleanup because that's where the money is. That is where the money is, especially this time of year. Corey just posted the other day about how like her people are clamoring for her services right now and she's full and she's like, sorry, you should have reached out to me last year. What did you say? You said October is October I can't remember what you said your timeline was.
Yeah, so if you want to get your books done by January, you need
Yeah.
to reach out at least by October.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty
Yeah.
much full up
Yeah.
after, when we get to January, like there's no way that I could even get your books clean in
Yeah.
time for March deadline.
Yeah.
The way
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, so this is a great I'll take them from you, Corey. I loved. Okay, Sherry, right there. All right, so we are going to, so I am going to turn the time over to Corey. She's going to be talking to us about opening balance equity. This is one of my favorite exercises, actually. She said, which exercise should I teach? And I was like, this one. Because I remember when the course came out and we were developing this, I was like, oh, finally, like this is exactly what we need to know. So anyway, I'm going to turn my camera off. I'm not going to take a nap. As tempting as it is, I'm not going to take a nap, but I am going to turn the time over to Corey, turn all my stuff off, and then, but I'm still here. I'll pop in when it's time to wrap up. All right, take it away.
Thank you. So first I'm going to apologize because I have a bit of a cold. So my voice does not sound fantastic, but I feel fine. So that's good. Hopefully Margie can catch a 20-minute nap or so while we are working on this. So the exercise that we're working on is opening balance equity. So if you have been in a client's books and you see this show up on the balance sheet, a lot of times we look at this and we go like, what in the world is this? What is opening balance equity? So it's technically supposed to be a temporary account that is created to kind of hold funds until you figure out where they belong. Because money doesn't just magically appear from equity, like it has to come from somewhere. Oh, and if you want to turn your cameras back on, feel free because I love seeing everyone's faces. So feel free to turn your cameras on if you are camera ready. If you're camera shy, that's totally fine too. So let's pop over here. I'm going to share my screen. I am in the sample company. And so if you are not familiar with getting to the sample company, you're going to go, and this is outlined in the exercise that Joel has linked, which is very helpful. But you'll get to the sample company when you log into your QuickBooks Online account, and it will pop up over here and you'll go through all of these steps to get through to the sample company. So this exercise actually starts in the previous, there's like a part one to this exercise. And we're going to talk a little bit about that, but I'm just going to go over to the little guide me section so that I can have the steps happening over here too. So we are over in the sample company now. So the opening balance equity account, how it often appears is when someone sets up a new account in QBO. And so, for example, say that we're setting up an account over here and say that it's just a money market account. This is just a little abbreviation of the first lesson in this equity exercise. Let's say that we go over here and we add the account. If we were to add an opening balance here, um, say that we were to add an opening balance here, that's exactly what this means. If we click this more info on opening balances, this is just QBO telling us that the purpose of the opening balances is just to reserve a space, essentially, for that money that came in or went out, but we haven't really figured out where it belongs yet. So when we go to opening balances, we actually do not want to see anything in the opening balance equity account. And we can scroll down to it. So we see our assets, our liabilities, and then we get to, oops, and I've missed it. There we go. So we've got our opening balance equity account. So what we're first going to do is we are going to follow along on the little guide me screen. So you can check the OBE account by looking at the balance sheet, or you can look at it in the chart of accounts. Since we already know that there's something in there and that we need to get it taken care of, we're just going to head straight over to, whoops, we're just going to head straight over to the chart of accounts. So over here, we see the opening balance equity account, and we see that there is a balance here. There's a QuickBook balance of a negative $9,337.50. So we're going to open up the register and close any of these helpful pop-ups. And when we look at this, we see that there are actually a slew of transactions in the opening balance equity account, and these do not belong here. So we're going to fix a few of them. We're actually going to start down here at this transaction for 13,400. It it is minimize my window and max out the. Oh, you want me to do that? Did that fix it? Okay, hopefully that was helpful. Um, if not, I'm not sure. Um, somebody just mentioned that I needed to maximize my screen. Okay, so we're going to start with this transaction for $13,495. And this is the purchase of a truck that was recorded incorrectly. So, like we would always do, we're going to go to this transaction. You can click anywhere on that line, and we are going to click edit. So now we have the journal entry, and this was used to record the purchase of a truck. Now, this purchase of this truck, we're going to hypothetically say that the truck was not purchased using equity, but that it was actually purchased using a loan. So when we're in here, we want to correctly record this. We have the truck original cost, and it's debited for $13,495. And we are going to change this next line. We're going to change this so that it indicates that this was actually paid for using a truck loan. Now, this doesn't actually exist in the account yet, so we're going to go through the steps of setting up this liability account. So first, what we're going to do is we see that it automatically has selected the opening balance equity. We're going to go up to add new. Now, because truck loans are usually longer than a year, we are going to make this we're going to select that it's a long-term liability. And now this looks a little bit different in QBO now than it does in the exercise, just because they were wavering back and forth about how they were going to actually have this little add new account window. It looks like they finally settled on this one. So we select long-term liabilities, and then it's a notes payable. And we're going to name this truck loan so that we can easily find it. And then we can go down to save and we can just go down to save. Now, again, if we entered anything in here, this would create that opening balance equity. So we don't want to put anything in here. We're actually finding the source of the funds. I'm going to click save. So now when we look at this, we have the truck original cost, and this is the asset account that was created in Craig's book. And then we have the truck loan, which is a long-term liability. And if we wanted to, we could change these notes so that they reflect exactly what was happening. And then we're going to save and close. Now, because this transaction was added automatically using that opening balance little section in the new account drawer, it's going to show as reconciled. So we're going to get this warning when we're making changes to it. And because we're only changing the account, it's fine. We're not changing, we're changing the source of the funds. We're not actually changing anything that is going to impact anything else. So we can go ahead and click yes to that. So now when we look at the opening balance equity, we see that it's no longer here, that's not listed here. We see that it's adjusted the amount of the actual balance that's in the opening balance equity register. And then when we go over and look at the truck loan, which is right above it, we see that now the truck asset is actually applied to the truck loan where it belongs. So let's go back to the opening balance equity. And now we see that there's also this checking account here. So this should not have been just an the checking account was not opened with fictitious funds. This was opened with actual money. So now we need to figure out exactly where this came from. So again, we're going to click on this line for the checking, and we're going to select edit. So here we can see that a bank deposit was actually used to record the money going into the checking account. And it was categorized as opening balance equity. Again, this was not a transaction that was created. Someone did not create this. QBO created this when the account was created by using that little opening balance, just trying to make sure that the funds were in there without knowing where they came from. So we know that from talking to Craig that this was his personal money that he used to establish the business. So we're going to correct this. So how do we correct this? Well, we're going to go over here to the account, and we are going to look at the possibilities for equity accounts that we can use. So again, Craig's personal contributions to his business, those would be recorded as owner's equity accounts. But the sample company, for some reason, does not have an owner's equity account. This is so strange to me. Because regardless of what kind of entity a business is, there should be some sort of equity account for shareholders, owners, whatever. But it doesn't exist there. So we get a little more practice actually creating this account again. So in the account field, we are going to type in owner's equity. And we're going to add new owner's equity, and the account type is an equity account, and the detail type is owner's equity. Makes sense. And so then when we look up here, sometimes QBO will remove the account name. This time they actually left it for us, so that was good. So now we can save this. And when we go back over, we look now that this bank deposit to the checking account, opening the checking account was actually made using this owner's equity. This was actually a deposit that Craig made into the account from his personal funds when he started his business. So we can save and close. Now, again, this, oh, that was really strange because it's still over here. Let's see, save and close. Ooh, QBO is going to be obnoxious stuff today, isn't it? Um, so it would hypothetically no longer be here. Let me see if I refresh it, what happens. Okay, it brought us over to the truck loan. Let's go back over here. Okay, so it's not here anymore. Good. Um, so again, oftentimes these opening balance equity account transactions, they post to here as being already reconciled. So you may sometimes get that pop up again that said that it was that this was reconciled already. You don't need to worry about it because we don't reconcile per se the opening balance equity account because it's not supposed to exist over here. So if you get that pop up, then you go ahead and just click yes. Yeah, QBO has been weird today. I agree. Okay, so then we have this last transaction here, which is the savings account. So let's go through it. It does not have it in the exercise, but again, we're just going to assume that that this came from Craig's personal funds again. So when we go in and we edit it, we're again going to select the owner's equity account. It's already in here. And you can make a note in here if you would like. In our clients' books, it's a good idea to make notes if we have additional information or a transaction might not be quite clear. You can absolutely make a note in the description or in the memo about what the source of this transaction was. And then we're going to save and close. So now we're going to refresh this again because um, that's just the kind of day QBO is having. When we see that it's gone now, we see that that the amount in opening balance equity that it has changed. Now there's still a lot happening in here. Now those are covered in the next exercise in the opening balance equity session. So if you are going through this exercise in the cleanup course, you would want to keep this open. There aren't many exercises that are like this, but if you are working on the equity lesson, then you would want to keep this open so that you can just run through this whole exercise together, take care of these inventory items and these other journal entries. So that's that exercise. Raced through it. Margie didn't even get her 20-minute nap. Sorry about that, Margie.
Dang it!
Sorry. After this.
Yeah. Did you see Brenda's question? I was only half listening. Did you see Brenda's question about noting this as a contribution? Did you address that?
Yes. Yeah. So
Okay.
it's always a good idea if you're not quite sure if a
Okay.
transaction is clear what the purpose is, then absolutely make a note. You can never have too many notes,
Yeah.
just to serve as a
Yeah.
reminder, because especially the beginning of the year, if next January their tax preparer is asking what this transaction is about,
Yeah.
um, you might have to dig through your memory or your own notes to try to figure it out. So yeah,
Right.
it's always a good idea to make notes
Yeah. Yeah.
about where a transaction came from.
Excellent. Excellent. So Corey's cleanup course, which I don't know, did you put that in the chat if people want to grab that? If you do feel like you're ready, it's more, that it is, if you're ready for the more advanced stuff and you want to make the big bucks, then grab that cleanup course. Joel will put it in the chat. There are over 44 hands-on exercises I say over 44. That's a weird number. I think it is actually 44 hands-on exercises, just like this one, so that as you go through, as you learn each thing, you're actually learning it. I mentioned in the beginning, that's what Acadian is all about, is creating hands-on exercises so you learn by doing. So as she's going through the course, you're actually doing as you're learning. And then once that's over, there is a giant final project. So you actually do an actual cleanup and get your practice hands-on doing that. So so yeah, grab that. We just announced, when was it? Last month? I don't know when we announced it. That we are now offering a QBO cleanup certification. So so yeah, so you can also add that. You can get certified as a cleanup specialist. We are have we already put it in Booksmatch? I know they were waiting for me to pull the trigger. I don't know if we pulled the trigger, but that it's going to be in Booksmatch, so you'll be identified as a cleanup certified cleanup specialist. And yeah, hands-on practice, hands-on practice, hands-on practice. We have another question. Do you see that from Brittany? Why would a bookkeeper put OBE in a journal entry when setting up the balances for a new client account? It was 12/31/2019 entry to start the books. I mean, there are times, and I'll let you address it, Corey, but like there are times when opening balance equity is appropriate. Like 99 times out of 100, it should be zero. But it is appropriate if you have a business before you're starting QBO. That's what did you have more to add about that, Corey?
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. And sometimes people put it there because they don't know actually what the source account was. So they don't know where it actually came from.
Yeah,
And a- again, people will sometimes put it in there as like a red flag to the tax preparer that this money came from somewhere. We don't know where it came from,
yeah,
and it needs to be accounted for. It
yeah,
is affecting the business. It's just important to do our due diligence to try to track it down if
right,
possible and get it off the books if
right,
possible. But again, we can only work with what we have with the information we have.
right. Yeah, exactly. Uh, let's see. Okay, I see I think everything's getting addressed. All right. Well, thank you, Corey. I'm going to switch over and share my screen because one of the things that comes with the QBO gym is that is we give you marketing prompts. So and the reason this came about is because, we had the gym and I kept hearing people say, oh, I know I'm supposed to post on social media, but I don't know what to say. And I thought, how do you not know what to say? Like you're learning something new every day. So, so I was like, I'm just going to put these marketing prompts in. And when you're in the gym proper, you actually earn marketing prompts. So as you learn a new like set of stuff, you unlock the marketing prompts that are um, related to like what you just learned. However, with the exercise of the week, we just give you one marketing prompt per exercise. So I'm going to share my screen. Joel's also going to put it in the chat here. So you can, yeah, so you can see, so the marketing prompt today, we call them QBO Quick Tips. If you can go on, we just had like on the webinar last night, there were so many questions about marketing yourself. Really, the trick to marketing yourself, guys, is to tell people you are in business, to tell people you are a bookkeeper. That is the key. Like that's what you need to do. You need to tell everyone. The world is so hungry for bookkeepers. There are not enough bookkeepers in the world. So if you tell people that you're a bookkeeper, and what we actually teach is we want you to say that you are a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor, because people are more apt to ask you questions if they are asking you about QBO than if they're like, nobody's going to just ask you questions about bookkeeping. But people will ask, and the more conversations you have, one of the things we teach is conversations create cash. And it's all about having these conversations. So um, anyway, so we want you to post QBO Quick Tips and become an expert. And here's the one I wrote for today. When was the last time you looked at your balance sheet in QuickBooks Online? Did you see a line? Oops, there's a typo there. Did you see a line? Fix the typo before you use this. Called opening balance equity. If you saw a number there, watch out. It should be 0. So if it's not, there may be a problem. Happy to take a look if you need help. Corey, did you pop you? Oh, I saw you pop on. I thought, see, this is why the camera's like, I'm like, what am I supposed to do to do something? I'm happy to have you on. Just like if I know Esther's been here on for a while, I'm going to turn your camera off, Esther, because it's not that I don't love you. It's not that I don't love you. It's just that I get so distracted. I get so distracted. You're all little squirrels to me. Oh my gosh. Okay. So what was I saying? All right. So post on social media. If you need help doing that, Joel is going to post in the chat. Now I have lost my chat. Okay, there we go. So typos get attention. Yeah, that's true too. Maybe we should leave the typo in there. So Joel's going to put in the chat the marketing prompt for those of you guys who don't have the gym or haven't unlocked the exercise of the week yet. If you need help, then Joel, if you want to put the 3-2-1, so we teach one method on how to use these marketing prompts. We call it the 3-2-1 method. We actually got that from we actually got that term, or we actually got the method from Angela Grewers with Bold House. And although we have changed it up quite a bit, like it might be almost, we might be almost at the time where we can now call it our own. But anyway, so if you need help using those marketing prompts, if you don't understand how to do it, then Joel has posted the video in the chat where we walk you through how to do it. And if you want group support, then you can join our Getting Clients cohort. So we do this every month. And so we've got a new month coming up. If you want group support, if you want to be held accountable, if you need help, guidance, support to grow your network, make and strengthen connections, demonstrate your expertise, the goal is for you to do a diagnostic review. If you don't know how to do a diagnostic review, Corey teaches that in the cleanup. So that's part of the cleanup, because the reason why we put it as part of the cleanup is because before you do a cleanup, you have to know what you are up against. You have to know what the heck is in the books, and so that you can properly price your services. So she teaches you how to diagnose what's in there, how to price the cleanup, and then how to actually complete the cleanup using existing QBO tools. It is a course specifically for QuickBooks Online. So anyway, so if you need support, if you want guidance, we teach you how to do, in the cohort, we teach you how to set up your LinkedIn profile, how to use Canva, how to use Calendly, how to set up, we walk you through setting up a template so that you have your, Corey says not doing a diagnostic review is like going into a field of potatoes without a shovel. That's good. That's so funny because I said the phrase field of potatoes so many times on the replay yesterday or on the webinar last night. So it's just funny that you would use that phrase. Exactly. Lindsay obviously was there because I was like, yeah. So that's so funny. We did not even coordinate that. We did not even coordinate that. So that's funny. And Joel, I'm sure loves it because he's from Idaho, so he's all about the potato. Anyway, so yeah, so where was I? Oh, so if you want our help doing and you want group support, it not only includes all of that stuff, but it includes a special program to help you get over yourself. So we're going to teach you how to do this. We're going to hold you accountable. You're going to do your daily activities, and you're going to get all of these special challenges to help you get out of your comfort zone. Not like jumping in an ice bath, but just like inching out of your comfort zone. Because honestly, guys, that is what's holding you back. Like that is like your fear of actually talking to people is what is holding you back. And so, oh yeah, Stephanie just said she loves, oh, I missed it, just disappeared. Um, it really pushed me outside of my comfort zone. I'm getting momentum. I added a client in 3 potential. Oh my gosh. So Stephanie loved the cohort. We need to grab a picture of that and we need to grab that testimonial. Thank you, Stephanie. That's awesome. So, anyway, so yeah, so that's the cohort joint starting up on February, it starts well, Monday will be like your first assignment, but there's training to do in beforehand, so sign up now. Also, so you may have seen in the group, focus hours are ending. So let me just tell you, I'm going to take off my screen share so I'm not so tiny, if I can remember how to do that. All right, so focus hours are ending. We created this thing when we did our first cohort. No, when did we add it? Maybe we just added it in October. Anyway, so we decided that we realized that part of the problem with people actually finishing the things that they want to work on is setting aside the time to be able to do it. And people always break promises to themselves. They rarely break promises to other people. Okay. Well, let's not say rarely. Let's say it's easier to break a promise to yourself than it is to break a promise to another person. So when you have a group accountability, when you have a way to show up with other people then it actually moves the needle and you can actually get stuff done. So we set up this thing called focus hours, and it used to be part of the Getting Clients cohort, but people who were in the cohort loved it so much. They said, holy cow, like this is when I get my work done. This is when they have camaraderie because we're all when in this digital and remote world, like it can be so lonely. This is the time when you get together with other people and you actually get stuff done. So we separated it. We separated the focus hours from the course so that people who aren't in the cohort could actually join it. So like they could actually do the thing. And we just never in January, we just never got around to charging people for it. We had so much going on with the accelerator. We're like, I just can't, like, this is too much. But today is the last day for that. the last day of free focus hours. If you have enjoyed the focus hours, we are actually rebranding them as Acadian Study Hall. So for those of you who were on the webinar last night, we talked about the Acadian Study Hall. It is up to 10 times per week that you can gather with other people in the community, and you can just get stuff done. People love this. If you are, I mean, if you have been part of the focus hours with Lindsay, like show her some love in the chat so that people like people know how amazing it is to gather with other people. And so we're rebranding it as Acadian Study Hall, because how many times have you purchased a course and now like Acadian has so many courses that you could be doing, and how many times have you purchased a course only to just let it sit and collect dust? But if you decide to attend the study hall, then, oh, here we go. Jane says, Lindsay is fabulous and awesome to have peers to talk to and support you. Lindsay is amazing. Yeah, see, exactly. This is what I'm saying. Uyi agrees. Yeah. Like the people who have been through this, so Paul is asking, is Acadian Study Hall free? No. Today it's free. Today as is focus hours. I don't know, Lindsay, what time. There's 2 per day. And so I don't know what time they are on Fridays. But no, yeah, today at 3 p.m. Eastern. So Becky says, I have really enjoyed my time in the study hall with Lindsay. It was great to have the dedicated time to work on my stuff and loved Lindsay and the others' encouragement. So yeah. So starting next week, it's going to be $27 a month to join the focus hours. And that is really, it's just to pay for Lindsay's time. I mean, we can't, it is, yeah, it is. I wish that we could continue to offer it for free. We just did that in January because we didn't have time to set up the sales page. But I mean, you get 40 hours of opportunities. You don't have to go, you go as much or as little as you want, but it's up to 40 hours that you can set time aside to actually work on your stuff, whether that's doing your courses, whether that's working on the cleanup final project, whether that is doing your client work, whether that is doing your marketing stuff. June says she made use of them. She was in about 20 hours this month. I mean, you could get so much done for just $27. 50 is like 50 cents for each time that you show up. So, I mean, yeah, so it's a really great deal. All right, so attorney Christine I don't know, Zaricki? Zaricki, is, yes, the link for today will be available in the locker room as soon as Zoom gives it to us. We'll put it in the events section. And yes, we will get you'll get information, about next week, and Lindsay's going to be posting schedules, and like it's going to be. We realize that we're kind of scattered, and so we're trying to consolidate things. So that'll be for next week. I also wanted to mention real quick, just one more thing about cleanup, and then we're going to wrap up for the day because, my brain is mush at the moment. But I wanted to mention one more thing about cleanup, and that is that Corey walks through exercises every month. Okay, so in the cleanup course, you get all of her training, you get all of the exercises, you get that ginormous final project, you get to be part of a forum where everyone's like chatting about cleanup. And once a month, Corey does a Zoom call. But the beautiful thing about the Zoom call is she brings to the Zoom call like actual situations that she talks about, and is she's creating new exercises all the time to walk through on the Zoom call so that you're even learning more like as things are happening. So so next time she comes on, which whenever the next fifth Friday is going to be, I don't know off the top of my head, but whenever she comes on again, she's going to do an exercise that is not actually in the course, but it's just one of those like, hey, I ran into this situation and let's talk about it. And you get a hands-on exercise for that. So, all right. Oh, we got a couple more messages. Ilma missed the meeting last night. Joel, can you pop in the replay link again for Ilma and whoever else needs it? And yes, we'll get the links for all of that good stuff. May 30th is when Corey's going to be back. So it should warm up a little bit. It should be warm up a little bit. Actually, here in Virginia, oh my gosh, we had like, I'm in Southern Virginia, so I'm in the South, and we had so much snow. We had more snow than we've had in a lot of years. And then yesterday, June 30th, yesterday, it was so hot, I turned the air conditioning on. So it's just been crazy. Okay. Oh, payroll, Charles. Yes. Thank you for asking about payroll. We had previously announced that payroll would be available on February 1st, which is tomorrow. But we could not because I had to pull my team on the accelerator. So we did send an email about that, but it is we're now going to release it on February 14th, on or before February 14th. That my team member that was assigned to it had already been working on it, and I had to pull her off of it. So it's, I mean, I don't know how much is done, but she had already started on it. So yeah, so mid-February is what we're looking at, or earlier if she can get it done. Okay. All right. I think that we are about ready to rock and roll. Can I go take my nap now? Oh, let's see. Yes. Yes, I need to talk to you about that, Lindsay. Yep. All right. All right. You guys have a wonderful weekend. I am so excited. I am so excited about our future. Like the announcement that we made last week or last night. See, look at my brain mush. The announcement that we made last night and just the future of Acadian and the courses that we are offering and a level of bookkeeping expertise that's going to come out of this school is just astounding. Like it's just astounding. I cannot wait to see the impact that we're going to have on this industry. It's just it's such an exciting time. All right, with that, you guys get to it. Oh, Chris says there's literally nothing else out there like these courses. Yeah. Aw, thanks. All right, with that, you guys have a fabulous weekend. I can't wait to hear your success story.